Poor dead narwhal. In a faraway land, there lives a group of superheroes named Ella, Elaine, and Electra Woman. They form the group that the world has come to know as Triple E. Recently, the government has enlisted their help to battle an enemy so great, so fierce, and so gigantic that only they can conquer. We join our heroes now as they answer the call, as they travel across many lands to meet the president and receive their mission. Eventually. Hopefully. They made it! As soon as they arrived, Triple E was set to work. They were educated by the president himself on who their foe was and why it was so great. Triple E would be battling the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This massive garbage is twice the size of Texas, but isn't just some floating island of water bottles that we can easily clean up. Though there are literally tons of plastics, like water bottles, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is actually an ocean soup composed mainly of microplastics. Microplastics are tiny plastic particles that release highly potent toxins. Fish and other marine species consume these microplastics and the toxins, and we in turn consume them by eating the fish. Not only are microplastics a threat to marine life, but the larger pieces of garbage are also harmful. Seals, turtles, dolphins, and other mammals get caught in nets and suffocate. Birds eat what they think is food, when in reality they eat things like plastic caps, Legos, and other colorful pieces of plastic. This results in their death. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is the most urgent issue in the world today, being related to 52% of deaths and being responsible for the killing of hundreds of marine species. With this information, Triple E set out to defeat the GPGP.
You are the only ones who can save us.
After much discussion and deliberation, they finally created a solution and proudly presented their idea to the government. Oceans United, a non-profit volunteer organization, has proposed a program they call the Power of Hope campaign that will guarantee a reduction in harmful effects of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. For 1 month or 30 days, volunteers will go out to the GP, and for every year that a victim had lived, spend 1 minute cleaning the ocean. So if Susie May lived 67 years and then kicked the plastic bucket, then volunteers would spend 67 minutes cleaning the ocean. Since the GPGP is closely related to 52% of deaths, millions of minutes would be spent cleaning up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. To clean, volunteers use high-tech micronets that are able to pick up microplastics. They place the microplastics into a large container and at the end of the month, take the container to the Power of Hope campaign power facility. The microplastics will be incinerated and the energy produced from the burning will then be used to power homes. The Power of Hope campaign will get money from fundraisers and donations, but several governments, including those of the US, China, Japan, Russia, and Great Britain, have agreed to provide significant tax breaks to all the companies who contribute money to the Power of Hope campaign. The money will be used to fly volunteers to the GPGP, provide boats, micronets, and food for the 30-day voyage. The Power of Hope campaign will greatly reduce the harmful effects of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, as well as lessening the danger of GPGP-related deaths in human and marine species.
That was the best. That was super duper. My goodness. Wow.
With that, Tripoli started the Power of Hope campaign immediately. Things were going well. The Power of Hope campaign worked flawlessly. People from all sorts of nations began helping out too. It seemed that it would all work out, and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch would become a thing of the past fairly soon. That is, until Tripoli received an urgent call from the president to return immediately to the White House. So they quickly stopped their work and journeyed back to the U.S.
Here is a super duper important paper, and you all must read it.
Thank you, sir.
Lorem Ipsum Menine Vinny Vicky
I'm sorry. That's my homework. Here, just give it to me.
Guys, look at that!
Oh my gosh! Wunderheimskur, leader of Fringren. No.
There's obviously an accent over the
Alright, that's enough.
But we're moving on, okay? Leader of blank is dumping trash into the ocean in an effort to destroy narwhals. He hates them immensely for an unknown reason. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I can keep reading.
Just
This was serious. A man by the name of von der Hemschker was forcing his country, Frerendingen, to create plastics to dump into the ocean solely for the purpose of harming narwhals. He had to be stopped. Tripoli quickly rushed to Frerendingen to put an end to his heinous crimes. They quickly found him.
He's over there! He's over there!
He's over there!
He's over there!
And now for the execution. Oh! Tripoli! Wunderheimskur. We have decided that you should be executed for these reasons. 1. Hatred of narwhals. 2. The destruction of narwhals. And 3. Narwhals don't like you. For these reasons, you will be executed by a narwhal.
Bring forth the narwhal! Guys, it's coming! The narwhal's coming!
After that was taken care of, Tripoli went back to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and finished up the month of cleaning. And there was much rejoicing.
Though this movie was very humorous, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a very serious matter. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is literally a patch full of garbage stretching hundreds of miles across the North Pacific Ocean. It is a huge floating junkyard. About 80% of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch comes from plastic bags, bottles, and other consumer-related products. Another 10%, or 705,000 tons, are made up of free-floating fishing nets. The rest comes from oil rigs, cargo ships, recreational boaters, random items like computers, and things like Legos. That's really sad. Your little Legos are killing fishies. These plastics are extremely dangerous to all life around them because toxins are released from the plastics, and fish eat the toxins that were released from the plastics, and then we eventually eat those fish. It is very important that we take matters into our own hands and reduce the flow of plastic into the ocean right now. Here are some steps you can take to make an impact. I'm going to give you 5 steps. First one is just tell others about the other 4 steps. So really you just have not 3, but 4. So recycle your plastics. That's 1. Bring reusable bags for your groceries. That's 2. Simply use less plastic. That's number 3. And the last one is use plastic be gone. Thank you, and have a great day.
Just kidding, there's 6. Buy America's #1 best-selling book, children's book, Junkyard Miracle by Anna McElbeck. Good night.